All right, now that you guys have wrote down your 3 observations and your 1 question on the previous section, I want to focus in on what we're going to be doing this week. So our objective for this week is that we're going to be able to develop an understanding of this process of cellular respiration you read about last class and the role it plays in ecosystems. A few key terms that we want to keep in mind are cellular respiration, of course, which is this chemical reaction between oxygen and glucose that releases energy into cells. And here below I have a picture of cellular respiration going on. You notice where those arrows are pointing. What's giving off carbon dioxide? What's carbon dioxide going into? So cellular respiration is giving off carbon dioxide and energy and uses oxygen and glucose. Then we have photosynthesis, which we've been reviewing from before, which is this process that plants do, and plants or producers, because we know producers are plants, and they use energy from sunlight to change carbon dioxide and water into oxygen and glucose. So they're producing oxygen and glucose. These are those products. And remember that glucose is one of our energy storage molecules we've been talking about. And then we have our nice diagram of photosynthesis here, which we can see water, carbon dioxide, sunlight, all going into our plant here or producer. And then it's giving off oxygen and sugars, which is glucose, our energy storage molecules. Then we have our decomposer here, which is an organism that gets energy storage molecules like glucose, remember, by breaking down dead matter. So they're the ones that break down all this dead matter and get energy and give off energy. And here we have examples like fungi and bacteria, which are some examples of decomposers. So as we look at our big phenomena, which is we know the biodome ecosystem has collapsed and we're trying to figure out why. So in our investigative phenomena for this specific chapter is that we know from last class that producers, consumers, and decomposers give off carbon dioxide. So our investigative phenomena is that these producers, consumers, and decomposers give off carbon dioxide. We see these arrows, if you remember from last class, are due now, giving off carbon dioxide. All these organisms, respiration, which is giving that process giving off carbon dioxide. So now that we know this, we need to figure out what caused, which is our big question for this chapter, or our investigation question for the chapter is, what caused the carbon dioxide to decrease in our ecosystem? And we've been trying to figure out what exactly gives off carbon dioxide to help us answer this investigation question of why did the carbon dioxide decrease in the ecosystem? So I'm going to have you guys watch this lovely simulation below, and you're going to answer the guiding questions in the Google form. Or if you're doing this in your notebook, you can also note these down in your notebook and take a picture. Notice what's going on in the chloroplast. What's going on in the mitochondria? What's going into the chloroplast? What's going out of the chloroplast? What's going into the mitochondria? What's coming out of the mitochondria? Think about these and note them down in your Google form or in your notebook.